The episode ignites in Palm Beach, Florida. A sun-drenched paradise about to be shattered. An angry man named Joe Reese confronts Gil Clerman in a parking lot. Clerman is carrying a mundane cardboard box, ignoring Reese's demands. In a split second, the confrontation is rendered irrelevant. As Clerman tilts the box to adjust his grip, the world explodes. He is thrown back, his legs severed in a spray of heat and glass. Back at Quantico, the atmosphere is somber. Gideon and Hotchner analyze the blast, revealing this was the second bombing that morning. These aren't just explosions, they are surgical strikes. Pipe bombs packed into cardboard boxes designed to detonate via a tilt switch mechanism. The pressure is mounting. Homeland Security is breathing down the BAU's neck, fearing a public panic over a terrorist attack. But the BAU sees something else, a personal signature. While the team prepares to fly to Florida, Derek Morgan, using his background with the ATF, stays behind. His job is the most dangerous, to sift through the charred fragments and rebuild the monster piece by piece. The victim list grows. Barbara Keller, an elderly widow, Gil Clerman, the survivor, and Jill Swenson, a housewife. On paper, they are linked by a failed $10 million real estate deal. The local police think it's a grudge match, but the profiling suggests otherwise. In Florida, the team finds a copy of The Anarchist's Companion and Bomb-Making Materials in Clerman's garage. It looks like a victim-operated mistake, until they realize the materials belong to Clerman's teenage nephew. It's a red herring. Gideon and Reed interview Clerman in the hospital, where the man explains he was merely expecting a delivery for his orchid collection. Clerman is an innocent victim, and the motive is far more sinister than a real estate debt. Back at the lab, Morgan is sweating over the reconstruction. He finds a missing component that serves as a calling card. Penelope Garcia runs the specs, and the result sends a chill through the office. The signature matches Adrian Bale. Adrian Bale is the man who broke Jason Gideon. 6 months prior, Gideon led a team into a Boston warehouse, miscalculating Bale's psychological state. Bale had a hidden remote detonator. He surrendered himself while blowing the building skyward, killing 6 FBI agents and a hostage. Morgan warns Hotchner, if this new bomber is a copycat, he isn't just copying the bombs, he's copying the delivery. Brown cardboard boxes, address labels written in blue ink, all caps. While JJ manages a press conference to warn the public, a terrifying scene unfolds in a suburban home. A young girl picks up a package from the porch. Her mother sees the blue ink and screams. The bomb squad is called, and a disaster is narrowly averted. The copycat is now actively hunting. Gideon travels to the prison to confront Bale. It is a battle of wills. Bale is a sociopath who feeds on Gideon's guilt, mocking him for the 6 agents he lost. Gideon tries to provoke Bale by showing him the copycat's work. But Bale is unimpressed. He knows he has the leverage. Meanwhile, Spencer Reed and Garcia discover that Bale hasn't been idle in prison. He's been bypassing the prison's firewall to access bomb enthusiast message boards. They plant a virus, a keystroke logger, and watch in real time as Bale mentors the copycat. The mentor and the student are connected through an antiquities dealer named David Walker. Walker, a forger of coins, has been using his skills to forge death. When the BAU closes in, Walker snaps. He runs over his own wife in a desperate escape attempt, fleeing to a nearby building. The tension peaks as a man walks into the local police station with a bomb strapped to his chest, a collar bomb. Walker has turned a random bystander into a human shield, promising him the disarming instructions only if Walker gets a helicopter and a passport. Hotchner and L storm Walker's suspected hiding spot. In a moment of high-intensity tactical maneuvers, Hotchner uses a mirror to scout a supply closet. Walker emerges from beneath a pile of boxes, his hand on a remote detonator. He thinks he's in control. But back at the prison, Bale sends one last message to the board telling Walker, "Don't let them take you." Gideon realizes it's a suicide command. He screams into the radio for the team to evacuate. Hotchner and L dive out of the building just as the floor disintegrates in a massive fireball. Walker is dead, and with him, the only hope for the man with the collar bomb. Gideon returns to Bale's cell. The terms are set. Bale demands a written apology, a better prison cell, and the admission that he outsmarted Gideon. To save the hostage at the police station, Gideon signs the paper. At the scene, a terrified bomb tech holds the pliers. Bale's instructions are clear. Cut the red wire. Gideon looks at the bomb, then thinks of Bale's nature. Bale is a compulsive liar who thrives on the last laugh. He wouldn't save a life just because Gideon signed a paper. He would try to kill the hostage and the tech as one final insult. "Cut the blue wire," Gideon commands. The tech hesitates, then snips the blue line. The timer stops. The hostage lives. Gideon's profile was perfect. He knew Bale couldn't help but lie. In the aftermath, L asks Gideon how he could be so sure. Gideon's answer is simple. Bale is a predator, and a predator never stops hunting. The final scene shows Bale being led back to his cell, feeling victorious with his signed apology in hand. But Gideon gets the last move. He leans in and tells Bale that he has already informed the other inmates that Bale was cooperating with the FBI. In the brutal social hierarchy of prison, that is a death sentence. Gideon walks away, finally closing the door on the ghosts of Boston. Samuel Johnson wrote, "Almost all absurdity of conduct arises from the imitation of those whom we cannot resemble.